going on, everybody? So in this video I'm going to show you some push-up variations. I got a question from somebody on YouTube that does not have access to free weights, but he wants to know some challenging ways that he can build his chest strength and to build some endurance. So I'll go ahead and show you some variations, and I'll just go ahead and start with the easier versions of push-ups, and then I will add in the variations and show you how to do each of those. Alright, so I'm going to start off with one of the easiest push-up variations, and that is the incline push-up. So you can do this on a counter, on a couch, you can do it on a table, you can do it on a chair, but I'm just going to demonstrate that on the bench here. So my upper body is going to be higher than my lower body, and that's why it's the incline variation. So you just take the normal push-up grip, and it's a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You can do the wide grip and you can do the narrow grip as well. And you just come down till your chest touches at the bench, and then you can just do as many repetitions as possible. And that's going to be one of the easier variations. Alright, so moving to the ground, another variation that is going to be on the easier side is doing the push-up with your knees on the ground, so you're not supporting all of your body weight. So that would look the same as a regular push-up, just with your knees on the ground. So coming down and then back up. And again, this is going to be easier because you're taking some of that weight away, and so you're not pushing up as much body weight as if you have your feet up in there. And so I'll demonstrate that next, just a regular push-up, which is just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And then you have your hands up, and you want to keep it straight back, and you come down till your chest is about to the ground, and then back up. And so that's the normal grip, and you can come with the wide grip. So you'll have a wide grip, and that's going to make it harder. It's going to stretch your chest out more, and that's going to be a little bit more difficult. And then you can do a closed grip, which is you put your hands right at about shoulder width apart. And so that's going to start incorporating the triceps a little bit more. And then if you want to make that even more difficult, you can do the diamond push-up. So you put your thumbs together and your pointer fingers together. And this is really going to hammer on the triceps. And come down and back up. And out of that position, the star or the diamond push-ups is going to be the most difficult. So the next one that I'll move on to is going to be the decline push-ups. And so again, I'll demonstrate on the bench, but you can do this on a chair or a couch or anything that's elevated. So for this, you're going to put your feet up on the bench, and then you take your choice of grip. So right now I'm a little bit more than shoulder width, and coming down, back up, and you can do the same again, wide grip. And you can do the diamond push-ups as well. And then the narrow grip. Alright, so as you can see, there's a little bit of a pattern developing, and that's in all the push-up positions that you have, whether it's with your knees on the ground, with your on your toes, with your hands on the bench, or with your feet on the bench. You can do all the different hand positions. So you can do wide, you can do a normal grip push-up, you can do a narrow grip push-up, and you can do the diamond push-ups. So in any of those positions, you can choose a varying hand position, and depending on, it's going to make the difficulty harder. So if you take the wide grip and the diamond grip, that's going to be the two hardest. And then the most common push-up position, which is a little bit wider than shoulder width, and narrow grip, will be the two easier ones. Okay, next I will show you a few techniques that are a little bit more advanced that are also going to increase the difficulty. So another thing that you can do is you can lengthen the body more. Now when I say lengthen the body more, that means that you're extending the body, or for this example, putting your foot up in the air. So anytime that less of the body is in the air, as for example putting your knees on the ground, that's going to be shortening the body. Anytime that you have a body part in the air, that's going to be lengthening the body. And this is going to increase the intensity or the difficulty. So for this example, I'll put one foot up in the air and then do my presses. And then you can also do the other foot and press. So in this position, you're going to have to be stabilizing a little bit more because you only have one foot up for your balance. And again, like in the previous pattern, you can choose any of the hand positions to either make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder for that position. Now, another one, again, you can choose any of the hand positions, but it's called a hands-off push-up. So in this push-up, you're going to go down like a regular push-up, but you're going to go down to your chest, lift your hands up, and then press back up. So for this, you come down, chest, hands up, press. Down, hands up, press. Down, hands up, press. And again, you can do this the same way with your knees on the ground, with both feet up, or with a foot up in the air. So I can demonstrate that as well. So hand up, other foot up, okay, so now I will go to some even more advanced, and this will be once you master your body weight and the push-ups are really easy for you. You can do knuckle push-ups. So you're using your fists, you're making fists and coming down, doing the push-ups. So this is going to be the same as pattern as all the others. You can do your hands wide, you can do them close, you can choose whatever hand variation you're comfortable with to make it easier or more difficult. And the other ones, your finger push-ups. So if you have strong fingers and you're really starting to master the push-ups, you can do it on your fingers. And again, you can increase the difficulty lifting a foot up. Or let's say you want to build your hand strength and your finger strength, but you're not quite advanced enough to get it with your feet up. You can do this with your knees on the ground as well. And get comfortable with that. So I'll move on to one of the more advanced techniques, and that's going to be the one-hand push-up. So you can do this with your feet wide, and that's going to make it a little bit easier. Then you can move them into a little bit more narrow stance. And I find it more comfortable if I just put my other hand back on my leg. And again, bring the feet in. Feet out. Feet in. And that right there is going to be very challenging because you're using all of your body weight for just that one arm. One of the last ones would be the handstand push-up. So if you have a place to put your feet on the wall, I can demonstrate that here. So you can do this on a deficit, or you can do it with your hands just on the ground. When you do it with a deficit, you would put something on each side of you, and that way when you're going down, your head would actually go below your hands. So it would be on a deficit, and that's going to increase the difficulty. So as you can see, the handstand push-ups make it a lot more difficult. You're not going to be able to do as many. It kind of simulates an overhead press, but in reverse. So you have all your body weight and coming down with the gravity as well. So that's going to be one of the more difficult ones. All right, so there you have a vast array of the push-up variations. And just to summarize a little bit, in any of the positions, whether you have your knees on the ground, your feet up, if you lengthen the body by putting a foot up or alternating the feet, you can use any of the hand positions. So you can use a wide grip, you can use a normal grip, you can use a closed grip, and you can use a diamond grip. And you can adjust the width either way. You can go out as far as you possibly can, or you can go in as close as you possibly can. So I hope that the variations are something that you might like, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's been informative and that will give you plenty of options for push-ups and trying to master your body weight.